played, but at the end, it's a wasted effort.
Yeah, Feliso probably would have loved to put it in the box more, as we see that attempt there, way over the bar. Probably getting some deep at the end, but just too much from him.
Shonganika playing deep in the midfield for Agama. Innocent Benza gaining ground slowly. Herentals, Benza, out foot pass. Second time he has played this in a row. His trusted move probably.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about whether Benza should still be starting as well. Not probably the quickest you will get, but some skills though from him. We used to see him in his previous game doing that as well.
Now Kufandada just getting a few off the ball. Joseph Chitavira. Puma operating on the flank as a wingback, driving forward. Benza going for the dummy, but still in their position. Going forward, maybe they might have the numbers with Benza playing in that midfield and almost operating forward. But defensively, do you think they might be able to merge? Because it almost looks like they'll be a man short, and sometimes one player might have to do double the work.
Definitely, I mean, I think if they want to go toe-to-toe with Herentals, that's going to be difficult for Agama. I think they should sit back a little bit and then make sure that they make use of the ball when they get it on the counter.
So that's Kahanda on your screen there, playing as a left back this afternoon. And before the game, just talking to Tinashe Mandembo in that pre-match, the manager for Agama, talking about how his side has been resilient, doesn't look at the two games they've lost so far as a struggling start. He says they've learned so much from it and is going to be learning more and even expecting a win from this one.
Yeah, not always good if you're a new team in the league. 2 straight losses and you have no points on board going into the third game, and it's not getting any easier. But he still trusts the boys to do the work today.
So now Herentals on the left channel, bringing it back to Eric Dombo. Eric Dombo was a star player against Caps United. It's unfortunate that they then went on to lose that game, but he was causing a lot of problems, especially on this flank. Sometimes the result doesn't justify your performance. You know, where we're across.
Yeah, definitely. So many good performances coming from that team as well. Just shows you how tough the PSL is. I mean, trying to get your act together, but so it's going to be difficult as long as you don't get the points on the board.
Talking about physicality, this is the reason why Tinashe Mandembo made only one change in Chambara. Emmanuel being substituted for Kane Mashonganika, talking about how they want to match the physicality that the Herentals side bring. But so far, in the opening 8 minutes, the physicality hasn't been exuded by either side. It's just still maybe never moments. It's not in the issue. Joseph Chitavira going down, holding his head injury that guarantees the stoppage in play.
Yeah, and a very early substitution coming also there from Agama. Chipanera about to come in.
55 out, 8 in. 55 out.
So that early injury is going to force the first substitution of the day, which is a manager's worst nightmare and the plans of a team to go sideways. So we are going to be seeing Yusuf Jamal Kamis make an early forced substitution due to that early injury, and we are going to be seeing Bernard Chipanera come in. Remember, Bernard Chipanera was also playing in the Northern Region Soccer League at some point, played for was playing for Golden Eagles, but now he's also playing in the Kasolaga Premier League. Not so many changes for Agama coming in from the Northern Region Soccer League. They came with their players, almost an unchanged squad that won them the championship in 2025.
Yeah, which is always positive. I mean, you don't want to change much because you're going into the PSL. Of course, you want to boost your team, but keeping the plans right and keeping those players in the team, I think, was a good move from Agama.
Innocent Benza losing the ball, prompting in a counter charge for Agama. Greg Kufandada looking for Kahanda. First time cross, which is defended by Ralph Kawondera. Throw in for the team in white and red. So confirmation of the substitution. Kamis. Playing it back, so far not so much pressure. The only man who's pressing forward for Herentals is Dreamer Lieto. Through pass. That was looking from Mazambari, but did not get to the intended target. Kawandera showing experience in that midfield. Bernard Chipanera with his first touch of the game. Chipanera now looking for options. Kiliso.
Yeah, good football from Agama. Unfortunately, but they've been playing so well, stringing some passes together as well, putting the pressure on Herentals as early in the game.
And that leads to a goal kick. Not so much in the first 11 minutes. Still a tame game. They talk about a team that dominates the midfield, almost going on to win the game, but it hasn't been easy so far for either side.
Yeah, not so easy for all of these teams. Still a very balanced game early in the game. But Agama just getting their play together, being able to pass through the midfield as well, looking for their wingers like Matiba.
Charinda. Gray Kufandada. To Kufandada again. Looking for a pass. Plays it back to his captain. Skipper. Chiume Alec, Ralph Kawandera. Newton Chimedza. Kawandera again. Zamba International. Not the best cross into the box. Blessing Piri. Losing possession back to Bernard Chipanera. Matiaba.
Yeah, soft foul there from the match official. I just thought Agama could have taken a bit of care of position there and could have been on the counter, with the Rangers now starting to look like a team that is playing their usual football.
So 3 players behind the ball. That's the earlier incident that saw Dreamer Lieto being brought on the ground. An exciting player on a good day. He might cause so many problems. Dreamer Lieto.
Yeah, it looks like it was a push there, but a little bit soft, you'd say.
Now Benza plays a shot to Kawandera. Shot from distance. Takes flight more than he takes direction into the back of the net. Quite ambitious from that distance.
Yeah, it was a long way out, and I just thought you could have played it to the far side and at least tried to get a cross in. Quite ambitious, that try.
Tirashe Mpuma taking that earlier shot. Ralph Kaondera. Dreamer Lieto loses the ball. Playing from the back, risky there, but make sure that he doesn't lose the ball. Showing a little bit of flair there, Jalaizo.
Wow, we all want to see some showboating, but not when it's coming from your goalkeeper. Nearly, but some good skill there from the goalkeeper.
Obviously, it works well when you do it well. And as a manager, whether it works out well, you just don't want your team to be playing like that. Chiome Alec playing it on the far side. Kahanda. Now Pelicio crossing it to the box. But it's overcooked. He was looking for Pelicio, but doesn't get there at the end of the day. Benza on the bench. The manager of the touchline being very animated. Drumalieto managed to beat his marker. Cross it to the box. Kept well. Parried away by Jalaizio. Graham Kufandada, still no one's ball. Recollected by Ralph Kaondera. The only scorer between these two teams in the last two games they've all played.
Yeah, and in fact, a good attempt because the goalkeeper saw it early and came out. The Rangers just getting a little bit of joy from this far right side and a little bit more of the position.
Crossfield pass. Just looking for Mazambani. Milton Chimenza. Taking their time, Herentals with that build up. Also, Herentals are just knocking the ball around, trying to lure in Agama, who are not taking the bait, not really high pressing the Agama.
Yeah, Agama just sitting a little bit deep, making sure that the Rangers come on them and then go in for the tackles.
Gundani losing the ball. Very experienced midfielder to be playing like that. Eric Dombo, versatile wing back. When you're out of wingers, he can be deployed there and he can do a very good job forward. Eric Dombo.
Yeah, one of those versatile players there. And the Rangers just trying to play through the middle of the park. Not really getting much space as they would have loved.
Easy goalkeeping for Jalazio. Eric Dombo now. Wayward pass. Just looking for Milton Chimenza. Kahanda. Quick gives and goes with Vandada. Matiaba was just trying to chisel forward on the ground, but ended up losing it. Foul from the captain, very cynical challenge. They almost looked like he put an elbow on Dreamalieto to just impede him and stop him from just going on his tracks.
Yeah, quite clear that foul there. Almost shoving him to the ground there. He was in. He knew he was going to be beaten there for pace. Probably would have wanted an early yellow card, but the referee says the foul is enough.
Quite lenient. Chiume Alex stopping the charge. It's going to be a very busy afternoon for him if Dreamalieto keeps on playing in that position. Now Ralph Kaondera in the box. Was not aware he had so many white shirts surrounding him, but a good point to the box from Innocent Benza.
good ball, a little bit of ping pong there on the rebound. The chance just coming so quick to him. And Herentals managed to get a corner kick.
So Eric Dombo to take the first corner kick for Herentals. Cleared away by Gundani. Kawandera to Dombo. Dombo bets one outside of the boot. Hits Mashonganika almost in the head. Looks like he's in a bit of discomfort there, Mashonganika.
Yeah, it's always going to be painful if the ball is going to be hitting you so close range with that attempted cross there. And as you know these days, yeah, almost hitting him on the neck, just below the chin there.
Oof, that's going to be painful. But he's back on his feet, a strong player. Oh, you have to give credit how strong these players are. I think any normal athlete or any normal average human being hit with the ball with such power, I wouldn't probably stand up after some moments.
Yeah, and with the new rules of the game, it's always going to be contained, and that's why you see the medical team coming straight through.
Now Eric Dombo, parried away by Jalasio. Kawandera now trying to turn and shoot. Wide way off his mark. But look at him, he's a midfielder, playing as a defensive midfielder, but the moment he gets into the box, his striker's instincts just kick in. No wonder he's the only player that has scored a goal for Herentals.
Yeah, just missing there, but a good turn and shoot as well, I think.
Too much from Jalasio now, almost going to rule this opportunity if they go on to concede. Kawandera now! Look at that! Pouncing on a mistake. Played with the ball for too long. Matthias Jalasio. And it was Ralph Kawandera, the man who came in and pounced that mistake. 1-2. Herentals. Agama continue to suffer in their own mistakes.
Wow, what a miserable goal to concede there for Agama. And for a team that has lost its two previous games. And the goalkeeper, we said it in the first instance, and this time around, he just couldn't keep control of it because he didn't know of the marker that was just behind him. And unfortunately, playing it too much and losing it there, and a goal on a silver platter for Herentals.
Quite a difficult angle to score from as well from Ralph Kawandera. But it's the experience that we've been talking about. Jalasio showing too much of the ball, and in the end he went on to lose it. We talked about his earlier showboating, and we thought it works if it works, and if it doesn't.
Yeah, probably going to be getting the stick there from the coach at halftime.
So Blaawai Chiefs against Dynamos still 0-0. Manica Diamonds, the Scotland Football Club, still 0-0. So these are the other games that are being played across Zimbabwe in match day 3, midweek fixtures. The only game with a goal is this one. Now Drima Lieto moving forward, takes it from distance. What a goal from Lieto!
Wow, what a screamer. Outside of the 18 area, and he puts it into the top left corner. The keeper had no chance that time around. The first goal, he played with the ball. This one, he was beating all hands up as well. Lieto beating his marker, and what a wonderful strike into the top left corner. Wow, what a screamer there from Lieto.
Such speed, such pace to go past his marker. The defenders only waiting to see shadows of a forward that has found his foot. A strike that goes in the right angle, top pins to beat Jalasio. 2 goals in 2 quick successions.
Yeah, just before Jalasio could recover from his previous mistake, he finds his team 2-0 down, and everybody is not going to be happy about the first one, but this time around, there's nothing really he could have done about that strike. What a wonderful goal from Lieto, wonderful strike.
We all talk about chances of that being an advantage. This is something that you just pull out of your shirt if you are a good forward, and Zimalieto has just scored a goal that might be a dream for any other striker, you want that in your gallery. And it's a goal that he's going to remember for almost a very long time. Goal of the season contender, Max? Now Milton Chimedza playing Zimalieto. And the defense just coming in clutch. Astute defending from Agama, trying to not make him add a third one to what has been a disastrous afternoon for Jalaizo.
Yeah, Jalaizo wouldn't really want to remember this first goal he conceded, but he has to pick himself up and continue with the game as well. Goal of the season, well, for the previous games that we've seen, I think it really stands a chance to be top 5 contender for goal of the season there.
Pio for Dynamos also scored a wonderful one. Now Eric Dombo trying to cross it with his left foot. Steady hands from Jalazio.
Well, Agama, they have no time to be thinking about those 2 quick goals. They have to get their act together and try to come back here.
Matiaba just showing how difficult an afternoon it has been in the first 25. If anything, at this stage, you just want to keep your composure, regroup yourself. There's still almost 65 minutes to play, and maybe they can get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, Agama, after doing all the hard work in the first 20 minutes, just giving it away with that first goal as well. And just before they could recoup and reorganize themselves, that wonderful goal also adding it to go 2-0, and that will give really so much confidence to Herentals.
Now a strike from distance from Matiaba, trying to give a lifeline to a team that has seen more wars than glory days in the first 3 fixtures of the season.
Yeah, always going to be difficult if you're a new team, losing your first 2 games, and really want to keep that competitive spirit within you in this state game as well. And you really don't want to be conceding goals like that, especially that first mistake from the goalkeeper.
So playing it from the back. This time making it leave their defensive third quickly now. Agama, numbers there. And then Puma just chesting it back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, good attempt there from Agama, trying to rebuild after conceding those 2 goals. Not one of the best crosses he could have come in. Easily distended, chested back to the goalkeeper.
So after 27 minutes, it's Herentals that will lead by 2-0.
Yeah, the singing is begun and the stands there. Herentals fans just having some fun with their team. 2-0 ahead, just 27 minutes into the first half.
So fans also coming in their numbers. So now Tinashe Puma taking his time. They're a team that leading by 2-0, so you might as well expect them to just take some time to restart play. 7 legs. Remember, they played on Saturday, and they are going to be playing this coming weekend again. So after leading by 2-0, maybe the tactic or the approach is now save legs. Zimalieto, the man that has been brought to the ground. So an opportunity for Benza to play quickly. Now Puma. The defender taking a shot after being played quickly by Innocent Benza. Too smart for the Agama defense. Another outfoot. He'd be crossing to the box. This one is good. Defender, almost a goal line clearance. Now Agama trying to go to defend. Mashonganika. Kufandada calling for it. Will play it back to the byline. Matiaba. Bernard Chipanera managing almost an exchange of hands between these two players. Just a slight misunderstanding. Safely to the keeper's hands.
Yeah, just some frustration coming in the Agama players now. But what a good attempt there from Benz. A good cross, almost played off the line as well. Trying to get the third goal before half time.
Now trying to hit it from distance, the centre back. You sometimes when you see defenders trying to take matters into their own hands, it shows you how difficult it is for the team going forward. It just shows you how compact and how good defensively this Agama side has been forcing them to shoot from distance.
Yeah, signs of desperation from Agama. Not being able to get into the 18 area and try to find a shorter goal with the Rangers 2-0 up.
Casually losing the ball there, Innocent Benza. Eric Dombo. Blessing Perry coming in, Clash. Milton Chimenze. Benza with another outside of the boot attempt. Almost 4 in 5 attempts now.
He's one player who won't be shy to play the way he always likes to play, especially his right outfoot there. Just come with some decent crosses into the box sometimes as well. Why not try it? You're 2-0 up, 31 minutes into the first half.
Well, half an hour football plus a minute has been played, and it's the home team, Herentals, that's leading by 2-0. It hasn't been an easy start for Agama, not only in this game, but also in the season. And their problems continue to pile up. Losing the ball casually, they just seem to be unsettled. Those 2 goals that came in quick succession rattled their names and then losing their mind all over the pitch. It's heading exceptionally well. Now Puma playing it to skipper Kawandera, looking to cross into the box. Chalazio keeping it after a second try. It's almost foul after foul now. Just shows you how unsettled Agama are at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Agama just piling up the fouls now. Trying to get a break, trying to get a breather. And this is probably not going to happen. And I don't think it will be a long time before we start to see the yellow cards flying out from the referee.
So Benza with another one into the box. And there was a foul leading to that offside. Petros. Nesbitt Saruchera, the man who played yesterday here against FC Platinum, playing to a goalless draw, is also here just to look at proceedings.
Yeah, you really want to get to know your opponents in the next coming games as well. So early in the season, with only 3 match days so far.
So that's Jalasio to restart the game. It's a confirmation of all the scores. Well, Lion Chiefs and Dynamo still 0-0. Manica Diamonds 0. Scotland Football Club have just taken the lead at Gibo Stadium. So it's Scotland 1, Manica Diamonds 0. Alec Chume.
Yeah, now Agama just pushing a little bit more men forward, trying to get at least a goal before the break and cancel out those two goals, with one a terrible mistake from Jalazio and the other one screamer from Lieto. Nothing the goalkeeper could have done about that.
Offside for Peliso. Was a fraction too early. Free kick, rather, actually part of their free kick. Peliso will intend try to take this one. After all, he's a trusted piss taker, the dead ball specialist for Agama. A lot of white shirts. Herentals do have numbers in the box as well, with Innocent Benza being the only player left not defending. Now Peliso trying to play it across the field of play, across the box, but it was too weak. Now you can look at Mpuma with a counter charge. Mpuma still going in. The defender taking one, taking two. Mpuma! What an afternoon and what an effort for the right back.
Wow. Good play, beating his markers in the 18 area. They just thought he was going to look for a cross, but what a finish for him. Looks like there was a little bit of a deflection, and the goalkeeper couldn't put his hands to that ball as well. Now with the third goal, Jalazio really looks like a man done and dusted with his hands on his waist. That deflection just taking away the ball from him on that angle as well. But what a strike, what a good play there from Herentals going into the break. 3 goals in the lead now.
So Puma coming on from his right back position, sprinting forward right faster than his forwards, and he just went there to beat 3 defenders, and with a perfectly placed curl short. Almost looks like there's a deflection there, but Jalazio was left grasping for straws. 3-0 for Herentals.
Yeah, another one that Jalazio could have done nothing about as well, unfortunately.
A player in the stands, maybe just lying due to extreme celebration.
You would know, probably in Agama fan day, disappointed with this team going 3 goals down as early as the 37 minutes into the face off.
Now Matiaba Chimashonganika Kahanda Greg Kufandada. Not an afternoon you would have wanted. Now Eric Dombo. Cross into the box again. Milton Chimeza could not direct his head away. You would have wanted the ball to be placed. But those quick exchanges, the quick counters coming in from Agama, especially on the left channel, proving to be devastating for Herentals.
Yeah, good play again from Herentals as well. That ball just a little bit high for Chimeza, trying to get his head on it and direct it gowards. Still piling in the pressure Herentals, although their 3 goes up.
Wow. Took time for the match official Urusuno Umtero to just blow it. Foul on Mazambani. So Mazambani being brought down and quickly played by Mpuma. Milton Schmidt. Blessing Piri, opening space, asking for it. Now Ralph Coendera playing it to Eric Dombo. Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Well, I thought he was going to play it behind. There were 2 runners just lagging, maybe waiting for that V-con to come in.
Yeah, that cross just missing its intended target there. As you see that one again. Really, she looks distraught. Probably an Agama supporter. Can't believe what she's seeing on the scoreboard.
Well, this is what football does to the fans. it can leave you speechless and powerless.
Unfortunately for Chalazio, the young goalkeeper for Agama, still so many lessons to learn as well. And I bet on it, he would never want to try that again.
So Agama losing the midfield battle, but this time trying to just go in. Greg Vandada losing the ball. Kahanda losing it again. At this stage, they would want to quickly go to half-time with only 5 minutes remaining. 40 minutes have been played. Maybe get a breather, get a new set of tactics being given to them. Chimenza. Chidombo. Kawandera.
Yeah, now Herentals rather now just passing the ball around, getting their flow now into the game, making sure every player gets a feel of it. With three goals already on the board as well. That'll actually make Agama's day much more difficult as they try to get back into this game.
Rapid successive defeats is something. Oh, brilliant piece of skill from Ralph Kawandera, the skipper. Just not making Gundani.
They just didn't want to be left out with the showboating on display now.
Well, this is the confidence that comes when you're now leading by 3 goals to 0. 3 goals being scored in a matter of 10 minutes also in the first half. You start showboating. Kufandada going for the run, but not perfectly bent to him. Just making that run, quick run behind the defenders. This is Majarira who clears it away. Shunganika. It's a confirmation of the scores with the Trimalieto scoring that screamer in the 23rd minute.
Yeah, Lieto, the pick of the scores, and the fans up, singing, dancing, and the drums on the beat. Those 2 quick goals after the mistake from Jalazio as well. And then the 3rd goal just coming in the 30th minute as well.
And Puma keeping tabs on him, and that's a foul. Coming in quite aggressively in Puma. Quite unnecessary. And quickly plays it. Alec. Charinda. It's been very, very terrible first 45. That great Bandana will quickly want to forget.
Yeah, not the best way to start your first half for a team that has already lost 2 games already in the championship as well. Really want to keep it tight at the back and try not to concede as much goals as you could. Now 3 goals down. It's going to be a mountain to climb for Agama to come back from this one.
Now Trimalieto, familiar territory now, and will give Alec a run for his money. Cross into the box. And this time Jalazio makes a save, and the distraught fan is back on her feet.
Trying to edge your team forward now as she sees Herentals coming back on the attack as well. Good play from Lieto's ball.
Felicio to Fandada. Fandada marked hard by Blessing Piri. Chipanera just trying to control matters in that midfield. That space there that Innocent Benz is not covering, this is where they are finding a little bit of uncomfort. Agama it almost leaves a space because he's not always trailing his marker.
Yeah, Benza almost permanently staying in an area as well, not coming back to put pressure and defense as well. But he has always played like that. And the Herentals have always found a way to at least make up for his slow movement.
So Puma sending it from Zarabani. It's been a quiet afternoon from Zarabani despite the team leading by 3-0. Very good forwards. It hasn't been a pitch perfect start. Now Kupandada is back against the ball. So foul. And after 45 minutes, 2 minutes have been aided by the fourth official. 2 minutes on the board, so which will take us to roughly 47 minutes minimum. And going to the second half, or going into the half-time break, Herentals would be the more pleased team as compared to their counterparts this afternoon.
Yeah, Rangers will be smiling all the way back to the changing rooms. Quite clinical on target as well, with so many of their shot attempts as well. And who is never going to forget that brilliant strike from Jima Lieto.
Another output was about to be launched by Benza. Took his time and then put otherwise. What we have seen, some wonderful players who have managed to master the skill. You talk of Modric, who once played for Real Madrid, Fernandes, Quaresma for Portugal. And here we have Benza, who's trying to make this absolute release Zimbabwe.
Yeah, probably one of the players that will attempt an output much more than any other as well. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But always beautiful to see. Who doesn't want to see some showboating? Not only from your goalkeeper, I'd say.
Just looking closely at his watch. And with that, that's confirmation of the final whistle in this first 45. 3-0 to Herentals as they play against Agama, a team that might as well go on to lose this game if they don't change their fortunes this afternoon. What a first half, and what do we take getting into this halftime?
Well, man, Agama will want to forget those first 45 minutes. What a thrashing in the first 45 minutes, and the goalkeeper getting over. Is he going to get some stick from the coach? But they'll try to come back in the second half, do the best as they can, perhaps put 2 goals back, and at least not make it worse.
So yeah, that's confirmation of the first 45 and final thoughts from Maxwell as we head into the final, into the halftime break. We're also going to go on a break. Please do not go anywhere.
We begged for goals, and that's exactly what we received after the first 45 minutes at Rufaro Stadium. It is Herentals with a 3-goal lead, quite emphatic. Ralph Kawandera opening the scoring, and then Drima Lieto making it to 2 goals, and that cherry on top was their number 8 to just make sure it gets to those 3 goals. So quite a shocker. Maxwell, you had predicted a 2-goal win for Herentals, but they've gone a little bit further, giving you a 3rd goal in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Agama as well, that first goal, that mistake from the goalkeeper at Jalazio as well. We were talking about how he did it in the first time as well. You never want to see your goalkeeper doing that. Some showboating in his own 16 area. And the second time, the marker actually coming from behind him, stealing the ball, and it was 1-0 for Herentals as well. And then the second goal coming in as well from Dima Lieto. What a goal as well. Quite a contender for the goal of the season. What a beautiful goal coming in from him as well. Beating his marker for pace as well. Going straight through. And the goalkeeper was beating all hands up on that one as well. Nothing he could have done about that as well. And then the third goal actually coming in the 30th minute as well. I mean, 3-0 for Herentals going to the half-time as well, half-time break as well. I thought it was going to be less, but more goals coming in from Herentals.
Yeah, Tinashe coming in with that third goal. But just your roundup, the first 45 minutes coming in from Herentals. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say that was a mistake from the goalkeeper. I mean, forgive me. I had, in most cases, if you just look at it and how clumsy and how silly the goalkeeper was, because when we are talking defensively, you're the last man in the defense. Being a last man in the defense, you should know that there is no one behind you. So every other mistake that you make, right, it's going to be very, 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 very costly for the team. And the moment he did that, I mean, it opened up a floodgate.
Yep.
And if you see that, a brilliant shot it is, but the confidence level already is down. So I mean, the goalkeeper there, I wouldn't want to forgive him at the moment. I mean, like for every other Agama support, I mean that was clumsy from him. But brilliant goal, as we can say.
Yeah, indeed.
Well
Brilliant goals coming in there, especially Drima Lieto. Max was saying that it's a contender for goal of the season. Look at that. I believe she's a Agama supporter there, falling to the ground out of shock. It is quite shocking, especially when you compare that to the campaign that they had in the Northern Region Soccer League Division 1, that promotion, and this sort of performance coming on board. I mean, from Agama's perspective, the first 45 minutes.
Look, you're always going to be punished, especially for those silly mistakes, schoolboy errors coming in there, especially from the goalkeeper. But the defense has not been as solid as well. I think in the changing room, the coach won't be happy about there's so much space being provided, especially on the wings as well. To Lieto, we saw him getting so much joy, going in with the crosses as well. And if you see it again on the replay there, the goalkeeper just playing with the ball too much. Still a very young goalkeeper, still has a lot of time to learn, and I will forgive him.
For crying out loud, you're not Ronaldinho for crying out loud. Why would you do
just clear your lines.
I think for a moment you forgot that he could actually use his hands.
Yeah, look, I mean, and after conceding that, of course, the confidence is down. And as early as just after a minute, the second goal comes
but let's not take anything away from Ralph. That was a brilliant. I mean, you rarely find such quality.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking about it just now. Probably the only quality that you can actually get it from probably knowledge and come ability.
Yep.
That is top class from Ralph.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, I mean, Lieto there with that shot as well.
Really.
I mean, quite a contender for goal of the season. Beating the goalkeeper all hands up after beating his marker J and just being able to be confident enough to take that strike as well. Getting 2 goals on the board for Herentals as early as the 30th minute as well. And I mean, look, I mean, for Agama, I mean, it's not the easiest game you could play. After also losing your first 2 games, you don't want to be going in and having these mistakes coming through as well. I think quite unfortunate for them as they go 3 down in the first half.
Max, as you're just saying it, if these are not the simplest games, which other games are going to be there? They're going to come in thick and fast. And you would see as the season progresses, every other team will be actually getting in the mix and getting in the game.
Yep.
So these early games, you don't want to expose yourselves way too much. You also actually want to make sure that you don't concede as much, and you hold your fort.
Yeah, we spoke about this before the build-up, that they conceded in their first 2 games, and that's exactly what they want to correct coming into this encounter. But it seems as though the coach has a lot of homework to do, even for the rest of the game to come.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've also been going on the attack much more, and we haven't gotten to see many of their attacking attempts, but they've been getting a little bit of some space as well, trying to put in the crosses into the box, trying to play it from the midfield as well, trying to find some gaps and at least take some shots at goal, but that hasn't really given them much joy, especially for shots on target as well. So that has not been working, and especially on the defending side of things as well. So you're actually, as a manager, trying to fix that going into the second half, because I think if they continue to play like this, Rangers are probably going to be piling more goals on them as well. We saw it towards the end of the first half, how Rangers started enjoying their game, just some flowing football being played, some nutmegs here and there, and some showboating from Benza, the output coming through as well. So I think Agama had to be very careful going into the second half.
You had to make sure you talk about the outfit, yeah?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 of those are coming in.
No,
this
actually saw them.
particular
Actually
game.
saw them.
Uh,
I'm also thinking. I mean, I was there just watching tactically. The way they are set up, Agama is not proper. You don't necessarily see the actual lines, defensive, middle, and attacking. They are all over the place. If you look at the third goal, I mean, all 4 defenders were around the player that just turned and had a killer in. So they actually need them to get in, make sure that they are quite structured. You need to be able to be quite structured to be able to hold all the departmental positionings.
Yeah, let's talk about Herentals, the home team. What are they getting right? Because you don't just score a goal, there is the build-up. Take us through maybe what they are doing right in this encounter.
Look, I think they've been very good, especially with the ball. They have not been giving away position as much. The ball control has been very good as well. And just the vision to find the passes, especially on the far side. We have been talking about Leato, how good he has been as well. But straight to the midfield as well, they've been playing so well. They've just taken advantage of Agama's sitting back. Agama have been sitting back, allowing Herentals to play as well. And they've been clinical in front of goal. And as a manager, there's actually much more you don't want than to see your team going into the back with 3 goals already scored as you go to the second half. The game is still not done. I think Agama, if they can come back and at least score a goal, that will really be a concern for the Rangers. But they are in control of the game. And when you're 3-0, it's now just about being able to control the game until the end of the next 45 minutes as well. I think they'll be quite happy. Probably their best game so far since the start of the season. And they'll be thinking that these are 3 points in the bag. But as we all know, football is never done until it's actually done.
Well, you talk about their best game, arguably maybe in their history.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think the last time they scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
I know last season they had a 3-goal scoring.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have had it as easy as they've just had from Agama now.
Yeah, in the first 45 minutes. But let's talk about the pitch in itself. I mean, we greatly spoke about how maybe it might be a bit of a problem, but it seems as though the game is flowing, it's moving, and the players are adapting to the conditions.
Yeah, I think fingers crossed the rain doesn't come. Feeling a little bit some showers now, but I think because the rain has stayed away, that has protected the pitch. It doesn't become a slippery slope where we saw it last time around with the players slipping everywhere as well. So the players, they can actually play their game. There's been a little bit of awkward bounces here and there, but I think the pitch has been okay. And the Rangers have actually taken advantage of this. They've been able to play the ball on the ground and find spaces and find that joy as well. So I think for both teams, probably none of the teams will be complaining more about the pitch, which has been holding itself actually good today.
Yeah, indeed. And the remaining 45 minutes, that's the major concern. Take us through maybe what the conversation is like in the locker room for Agama.
Well, obviously, it's an exchange of words. I mean, if you're a coach, even if you didn't do your job pretty well, you wouldn't want to become it as they've just done. So probably the emphasis now is get in the first third of the second half, the first 15 minutes. Make sure that you don't concede. Make sure that you're keeping your lines pretty well, so that you get in the game. Probably try and get 1 or 2, but not early, because the moment you do it early, you expose yourself. Because as the Herentals are coming in, we know that in every second half for Herentals is going to be a different ball game altogether. Because I mean, there's going to be fresher legs, younger legs coming in, so they'll be wanting some more. And the only way you'll be able to manage the game is to ensure that in the first 15 minutes you don't get any goal coming in.
Yeah, look, you cannot give up. It's the PSL. I mean, you still have to fight. Probably a few chances that they're going to be making into the second half as well. You know, I think they have nothing to lose now. They've already lost their first 2 games. And we are also on the brink of losing your 3rd game as well. So just go for it. I mean, if you lose it 3-2, I think that's better for your goal difference. I mean, it could be worse. They're probably going to be seeing 2 more goals on top from Herentals if they give up on this one. But I would say for Agama, just go for it.
Max, I would agree with you. I would agree with you if it was tournament football.
Yeah.
But you're looking at a marathon. You probably need these goals at some point. So at times, okay, we are losing. Let's just lose the 3 then. Because the moment they want to go up the field, I will tell you they'll expose themselves. And they're going to get 2-3 more goals getting in.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I mean, anyway, I mean, it's 3 points lost already, and I'm thinking you've already lost 2 of your opening games. You're a new side, of
Perspective.
course. So many things to learn from the young goalkeeper. As we saw that mistake from him as well. But I mean, you have to put in a fight. You have to show that you really want to at least put some goals back.
Yeah, it is a different ball game altogether. A lot of work to be done there by Agama FC, who are down by 3-0. Herentals on cruise control in the driving seat, making sure that Rufaro Stadium is actually their home of football, despite it being used by so many other teams. But it's all about the teams that are stepping onto the field of play. We're going to switch over to our commentators who are going to give us the rest of the encounter.
And we are almost back for the second half. The students, Herentals, are taking on Agama. They went into the halftime break leading by 3-0. Now we wait to see how Agama from Mount Darwin are going to try to force a response. But it has been a one-sided affair in the first 45. Now coming into the second half, of players just waiting for the match official, that is Rusununguku Mutero, to resume proceedings here. But as it stands, it's probably going to be an affair which Herentals are going to enjoy if they don't change the outlook of this game. How will then Mark Andrew Mate line up his squad for this last 45 minutes? It's going to be an exciting encounter rather, and Mark's coming back into the second half. What are we expecting to see change coming in from Agama, going down by 3-0 in the first half?
No, I mean, it's going to be a very difficult second half for Agama. You'd want to put a little bit of some respect on that scoreline as well, but not exposing yourself to Herentals who are now enjoying themselves with 3 goals already.
So Innocent Benza and the centre circle. So the first change coming in from
Out, 14 in.
Herentals, almost a double substitution. 2 teams trying to make a double substitution.
Out, 14 in. Herentals.
So Mzarabani will make way for Chawunga. So it's 18 for 14.
23 out, 21 in. 23 out, 21 in. And we have a triple
So a triple substitution coming in again then from Agama. So Wayne has made away into the pitch.
13 in. 8 out, 13 in.
So Eric Etienne Matiaba being replaced by Richard Kumi.
Another substitution by Agama. We've got 21 out, 7 in. 21 out, 7 in.
So Emmanuel Chambara, the man who started last week against Caps United, he came in for Innocent Benza, who could not start due to certain commitments, has now been introduced for the last 45.
Out, 10 in.
Then Greg Kufandada, not a surprise substitution. It was a very, very lackluster 45 from him, and now has been replaced by Ralph Nyampurika, the goal scorer for Agama. Triple substitution, yeah.
Yeah, the coach is going all in and trying to change the situation here.
And the second half begins.
And now that whistle confirms that the second half has begun. Would have loved to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room for Agama, exactly understanding how Coach Mate was going about his tactics. What was he exactly saying to his players?
Well, it's quite a difficult one, but I would imagine he started with the goalkeeper. Trying to let the young lad understand what to do and what not to do.
Makuba Wayne with his first duties after being introduced as part of that double substitution from Herentals. You probably think from Herentals is now saving legs, considering they're leading by 3 goals to 0 and they make a double substitution at the half-time break, saving legs for the weekend's encounter.
Yeah, I mean, you want to think that with 3 goals already, it's done and dusted and you have already secured the 3 points. But as we know, football, as beautiful as it is a game, it's not always over until it is finally over.
Kawandera trying to leap for it. Nyamparika trying to get into the action as soon as possible. So Nyampurika, the new signing for Agama, scored against Caps United in the opening fixture in a game that they went on to lose. Quick exchange is now playing with urgency. Oh, beautiful skill to evade his marker. Eventually it's bundled down. A good run coming in from Agama. Hilary Kaanda straight from a left back position.
Yeah, Agama just showing their intent in the second half. Looking like they'll be trying to look for some of the early goals in the second half and try to get back into the game as early as possible.
Sompuma and Kawandera standing in that defensive third. Now Nyampurika crossing it into the box, looking for a tall figure, but Tinotendaishi doesn't see any problems with that ball, but delivering.
Yeah, now the Rangers will be taking their time. No pressure at all with them, with 3 goals already scored. But they really would want to add to the score, because if Agama are to get a very early goal back, that totally changes the situation.
So that's earlier replay that saw Tinotendaishi just going down. Looks to be in some sort of discomfort.
Yeah, looks like he let it awkwardly there, the goalkeeper.
So this stoppage in play will probably give these 2 teams a breather, despite them coming from the half-time break. I mean, the leading team would always want to put pressure, but as we saw, it was now Agama who were on the front foot, looking into Kahanda, charging in from that left-back position, darting inside and playing almost as an experienced winger, and in the end he won a foul. Now Puma, crossfoot pass to Makuva, was introduced in the second 45. Now Mahembe. Emmanuel Charamba trying his luck from outside the box. We saw Drimalieto try it in the first opening off, and it paid off well for him. Now Drimalieto, as they made a mistake trying to play their goalkeeper, but there was not so much pace on the ball, and Drimalieto went on his paces and almost got there before Jalaiso did.
Yeah, Jalaiso just playing sweeper keeper. They now knows what Lieto can do, and he wouldn't want him to go to get to the ball first there. But some good play from Herentals, their first good play of the second half, trying to get a 4th goal and really put a seal on this game.
If Lieto can produce such magic from distance, imagine what he can do in close proximity. Piliso holding on to the ball.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal from Lieto, one you will never forget for the rest of his career. You're always going to be remembering those ones, that especially with your team playing at home, being able to score such a goal is always brilliant to watch.
Kawandera with a defensive clearance. Agama Kawandera. The type of midfielder you want, especially to be playing in that center circle, knows very well how to dominate and make his presence felt.
Yeah, very good dominant display of football from him, Kawandera. Always that player was always want to be on the ball as well and off the ball, always putting the pressure on the opponent.
So after 51 minutes, it's the students that are leading by 3-0. What a lesson they are giving to Agama. A case of the students teaching in this instance.
One student who would want to forget this class would be Jalasio on goal with that mistake in the first half as well, and then the team also getting other 2 goals scored, and there was really nothing you could have done about the other 2 as well. Good area here for Agama to at least get a shot on target.
So Nyampurika, the goal scorer, stands behind the ball. What then can he deliver? Will he go at it alone or try to play the number of white sheets that are standing just waiting for that delivery? So Nyampurika, not a perfect delivery, but they do end up getting a corner kick. But then, to whom much is given, much is expected. We expected probably a good delivery from Nyampurika.
Yeah, you're probably going to get few chances, and you always want to do the best you can with those that you get.
So Nyampurika taking on the substitutes. A little bit of drizzle now here at Rufaro Stadium. Taking his time now, Emmanuel Charamba.
Yeah, good pressure coming from Agama into the second half. Probably the coach could have told them to pile in the pressure as early as they could. Another good attempt there, and also getting a second corner in a row.
Well, Emmanuel Charamba has brought life and a little bit of excitement from the game here since being introduced in the 45. Now, definitely hope that the rain won't disturb proceedings here this afternoon. Remember, FC Platinum and FC Hunters, a game that had a lot of drizzle again. Now, taking their time into the box, the Herentals. Mashonganika. Now we would expect a lot of mistakes to be made with such a powerful downpour here at Rufaro Stadium. Our only hope is we get to see the match go through. It's been a fantastic opening 53 minutes of this encounter.
Yeah, the rain really pounding down as well. It's always going to be difficult for the players as well to get a grip, especially with the surface now probably going to become slippery. We're just hoping that it is a pour that is going to pass by.
Just hoping that it's a pour that's going to pass by. We would want the game to continue. So if I will go in favor of Herentals, who are now going to just wind time being helped by the rain since these conditions are now difficult. But before the downpour, you started to see how Agama was starting to employ themselves into the game, getting a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, Agama won't be happy about the rain because they were just starting to get their act together there.
So Joseph Chavira playing it away from the confinements of the pitch. Well, everyone else might look for cover, but if you're part of the technical team and the technical bench, you have to brace the rain. Now Agama, they might as well win a foul here. Playing with intent now, liking what I'm seeing coming from the team that's trailing by 3-0.
Yeah, this has been a very good, decent start to the second half for Agama. They have been really trying to push forward as well, getting much more men into Herentals' area. I just think they have to be taking much more care with set pieces like this. Try to find a man, try to put a cross into the box as well, and at least probably get a chance at goal.
So Nyampiriga this time not standing behind the ball. He took the last dead balls a different look for this dead ball. So can they give themselves a lifeline? Just not enough deep on it to just cause problems. But after all, hits with the laces. Good strike.
Yeah, good attempt there. I would have thought he would have found probably someone in the box, but he was not far away. Just needed a little bit of more control and a little bit of more deep, and that could have been challenging the goalkeeper.
Emmanuel Chambara, the man that has brought life into the Agama side, taking everything. He wants to be at the center of everything. A change being made by Herentals. Innocent Benza was about to be taken off, and I think he doesn't concur with what the board is saying.
Still feels as he has the pace in him to at least put more minutes in it. Now, while the power has eased a little bit, the rain looks like it's probably going to be passing away, which is a good thing to see, as we all know that the surfaces are probably not the best to take as much rain because of not the best drainage systems installed on them.
Well, you won before this game. We were talking about why don't we align our season with the European season. Now, these are European standards. Remember, when you watch football, there's always a drizzle available. Now, the players have to experience it, and you as well.
Yeah, definitely. But it's always a concern, especially sometimes when we see our pitches soaked to the drum as well. You always keep a keen eye on the weather this time around.
Well, it's now become more slippery, which means the football being played on the ground could be quite difficult. Chipanera being in a tussle with Blessing Piri. A lot of players were quiet or silent in the first half, starting to emerge from the shadows, starting to make their presence felt.
Yeah, good this from Agama. They haven't allowed their Herentals to play their game that they were playing in the first half, trying to get much more of the ball as well and trying to create chances for themselves, which is good to see for the manager after going 3 down in the first half.
Penalty Chipanera. Well, for Herentals, it's a good way to bounce back and redeem themselves after winning 1 and losing 1. And it could be a change in outlook after match day 3 on the Premier Soccer League table. For them, good result if they eventually manage to keep this.
Yeah, definitely. That will definitely give them much more confidence going into the 4th match day of the PSL.
Now, Drew going for the paces, alone with 3 men to beat, and will take it from distance. But there were just too many borders, so he may be trying to handle it for a time until one of his teammates just made the run into the box, but went for a short and power instead.
Yeah, Lieto just reminiscing the first half there from that angle, trying to put it in a similar shot. Good defending from Agama, but he could have probably hold the ball there for a second there and look for a runner in the box. As we just see the good defending from Agama, not allowing Lieto to get that shot through.
So a corner kick for Herentals. The newly introduced Makua taking on. Almost! But there seems to be a nudge from behind from Herentals rather. And it's a free kick that goes against them. But a beautiful delivery altogether.
Yeah, good delivery there. Seems like there was a push before that attempted header, but he had missed almost an open goal there. Could be wide, because if there was no foul there, that could have been the 4th goal for Herentals.
So when Makua with that recent corner. So there's going to be a number of games in the Kasulaga Premier League that are going to be played before the 4 nations. That is the time we're going to be seeing the Warriors back in action after the AFCON Finals 2025. And what news we received this past week coming in from CAF.
Wow, unbelievable. I mean, so many questions they coming to the CAF president as well, and the CAF board of judicials as well. You can't be giving Senegal the trophy, and then almost 3 months after the tournament, you're saying you're giving it back to Morocco. Where was the rule book after that tournament? Because if you're saying that Senegal probably forfeited the matches, that should have been the ruling from the referee during that final. Unbelievable.
Well, unbelievable news coming in from the governing body of African football, that is CAF. And now Morocco are now the confirmed champions of the just ended 2025 Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. But looking at matters to do with football here at Rufaro Stadium, it's Herentals, Jalaiso just overdoing it. And then Ralph Kawandera pouncing on that to give Herentals the first goal of the game, coming in the 20th minute.
Yeah,
beautiful
Jalaiso
angles here.
Would want to forget that. Quite a good angle to see it from here. And just to see how tight that angle was to squeeze that ball into the back of the net as well. Good goal from Herentals.
Milton Chimedza wearing the jersey number 10 for Herentals. An exciting player to watch. Now Benza trying to control it with the back. Where his name and number are. Definitely thought there was a runner coming in behind him. Chavinda just trying to play Nyampurika.
Yeah, the sun is out again, and the rain looks like has gone away. That would be a very good thing to see, especially for the fans who were ducking and running away from that light showers, probably heavy showers that came through earlier.
Or sometimes the rain might work in your advantage, to your advantage. A little bit of natural cooling system. Now Nyampurika trying to add to the goal he already has this season. Could not direct his efforts where you would have wanted the ball to land. This is the Agama that should have played first half, and now there's the fan standing there with hands crossed looking into the proceedings, just hoping for a different outcome.
Well, she looks like she is conceded to her fate and the team's fate. Quite eliminated sometimes just breaking down straight to the ground, trying to see if her team can come back from this one.
Sir Piliso coming inside, losing the ball to Milton Chimedza. Blessing Piri Benza now. Another outside of the boot attempt, and it ends exactly as it is in attempt. Doesn't get to the intended receiver.
Yeah, just a lucky Benza there. Could have been a great pass if he could have been able to beat that defender as well.
Benza again thinking that Makua had run into space. He's a player that wants to feel the ball, but doesn't do so much in terms of covering a lot of ground. Now Milton Chimedza. Ralph Kawandera laying it for Blessing Piri. Jalaiso getting to it quickly, but just looking into how quickly Herentals can just turn on the switch and turn something that was calm into a very effective attack.
Yeah, definitely. Not many runners as well. Benza probably one of those that doesn't run as much, but he's sometimes very good with the ball, but they also playing a damage to nobody. Probably it's time to give someone else a chance.
When you look into Innocent Benza's playing style, he's a man that when we were talking about football growing up, you talk about the execution and the idea. They say the idea was correct, then the execution somehow not in alignment with the idea.
Yeah, definitely tries a lot of things. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. What a legend he is, Benza.
Well, it's only the Kasalaga Premier League where you find such entertainment, goals galore, a lot of moments here at Rufaro Stadium. They don't call it the ceremonial home of football for nothing. Tinotenda Ishi clearing it away. Now Makua to Milton Chimedza. Benza asking for it, but Chimedza thinks otherwise. There's Mpuma coming in late. Will try to cross into the box. And in the end, maybe they should have played Benza, who was just waiting for it.
Yeah, Rangers just getting much more of the ball in the last 5 minutes, with Agama now probably sitting back a little bit more. What a good start for Agama in the second half, but right now the Rangers probably playing better than them, but they are actually on the counter now.
Ooh, beautiful save from Tinotenda Ishi. Emmanuel Charamba just the diving header, trying to attack the near post, the near upright. But Tinotenda Ishi, quick reflexes, good save.
Yeah, Charamba there finding himself unmarked. Good cross, but there was no pace on the ball, and he's just going to direct it past the hands of the goalkeeper. Good header though, but without any menace.
Well, it was a partnership, a combination of the two newly introduced players. You're looking into Nyampuriga and Emmanuel Charamba. Well, if this was a tactic to save these players, then it's something that has completely failed. Could have maybe changed the outcome in the first half. So there's movement on the byline for Agama, their veteran player, the man who has tasted football home and abroad, Tinashe Balakasi. At some point was with Simba Bora. I remember you doing commentary, the Super 8 Access final where Simba Bora played against Golden Eagles back in 2022. Now they got promotion. Simba Bora went to Botswana, came back, went to another Division 1 side, that is Agama, and now he's back in the Kasolaga Premier League again, and he makes way for Bernard Chipanera.
Yeah, Balakasi, one of those top players for Agama, especially in Division 1 football, to their promotion into the league as well.
So remember, Bernard Chipanera was introduced early in the game when there was a forced substitution on Yusuf Jamal Kamis, and now after 68 minutes has been replaced by Tinashe Balakasi. Very, very good player. Wonderful strike off the ball. Now Manuel Charamba, Balakasi trying to get into the thick of things as soon as possible.
Yeah, Balakasi almost in there. Just feel like it was not really running quite fluidly.
Oh, he's a big player. Plaiso. Good cross, Piliso.
Yeah, the goalkeeper not happy about the marking there from Herentals, complaining about how he managed to get that cross through. But Agama just finding a little bit of space and also some crosses into the box. Nothing much to talk about yet, but some good resilient play from Agama.
So Herentals about to make what looks to be another change or a double substitution. So throw in goes in favor of Agama. Tinashe Balakasi. Piliser. Balakasi now. Emmanuel Chambara. Chavinda. Nyampirika looking for Balakasi. And Pumi clears it away. No corner kick there. It will be a throw in.
Yeah, encouraging from Agama. Just finding some space there in the box, trying to work the Herentals defense. Balakasi as well, pushing forward, getting some spaces as well.
Cross that doesn't have a lot of flight on it. So Petrus was trying to play to Kahanda. So a triple substitution about to be coming into effect. So another substitution, a triple substitution coming in from Benza. And this time he yields and he allows the substitution to go through.
Yeah, good save put in by Benza there. Probably not the fittest you would get, but he always does love his football. Always lovely to see sometimes. And until he's costing the team the pace as well. Just trying to give other youngsters a chance to get a run of the ball.
So Elasto Chigora comes in for Innocent Benza. The man who has played 71 minutes. Milton Chimedza will come off after also playing 71 minutes. And the goal scorer,
For Herentals, 8 out,
Drima Lieto.
8 out, 5 in.
So Drima Lieto to be replaced by Wilmel Chumbetu. And that completes the triple substitution with Milton Chimedza. What a goal from Drima Lieto. When you talk about quality, this is exactly what defines it.
Yeah, brilliant goal. Pick up the goals.
Kawandera trying to hit it from a distance. Just could not find the back of the net, or at least the target. After winning the ball, goes at it again, Ralph Kawandera. No place, Chigora Elaso! Blessing Piri. Not arriving in time. Cleared away this time, but Herentals asking questions. Now Mpumi, can he find another one? But this time, more flight, less target.
Yeah, brilliant play from Herentals as well. Good cross in. Just misses it by a whisker there. The goalkeeper also coming out for it as well. And on the rebound, another attempted goal as well. And the Rangers not yet done here, trying to get the fourth and put this game to bed.
Well, Blessing Piri could not just find himself in time to take that perfectly cross ball from Elasto Chigora. Oh, Ralph Kawandera, he's an exceptional player. He was playing deeper in the first 45. Now he's almost playing as central striker. Talk about versatility and dynamism from one player. Now Nyampurika taking his time.
Yeah, after those substitutions, just pushing up a little bit more forward.
Balakashi not getting contact on it. Now Elastio Chigora. Tanaka Chinyahara. Tanaka Chinyahara, after being introduced, looks like he's going through some excruciating pain. I think Rosinungu Komtero is just allow play to flow and look for an opportunity, and he does blow his whistle. Medical assistance coming in from Tanaka Chinyahara.
Yeah, Chinyahara got to the ball first and was able to get that pass through, but unfortunately the Agama player coming aggressively through could have been much more dangerous than it was, but it looks like you'll be getting off to his feet.
Didn't look intentional, almost like he sleep to remember the conditions of the pitch here.
Yeah, definitely both players going for the ball, and an unfortunate sleep there as we see this drama moment again.
Ralph Kawandera, tight angle, narrow, but he managed to squeeze the ball into the back of the net. Chalazio and Drima, the screamer from distance.
What a shot, what a goal from Drima there.
And then there was Mpuma. Maybe the goal was exceptional, you can't rule that away, but the defender just sending other three defenders to who knows where.
And that's the moment that she collapsed to the ground when that third goal was scored. But good football from Puma as well, beating his markers first, getting a fortunate deflection, but what a goal as well.
Now Agama, Nyampurika, looking for Kahanda, finds him, and he loses the ball. Concedes position. Balakasi. Now Nyampurika going for their places. 3 men ahead of him. Balakasi. Balakasi to beat the keeper. And Balakasi could not get to the ball in time. Almost looked like he stopped midway.
Yeah, definitely disappointing from Balakasi. I told just before how I thought he wasn't running so well. And I would have gone for all money that he was going to be able to get to that ball and at least put a shot on target. Just looks like he just found the ball bouncing away from him. Remember, the pitch being slippery, the bounce will make the ball definitely skid away. And probably that's what happened there. But the fans probably thought he should was supposed to go for it and at least try to put his foot on it.
Oh, definitely would love to hear what happened there from him. But Nyampurika with a counter charge. Good play. Balakasi now. Good layoff. Pilisu. A lot of pink shirts. Was going away. Had it not run into a lot of traffic. Now, Chigora. A lot of spaces being open. Almost looks like the moment Agama now. Chigora cross into the box. Blessing Piri. Good run of play. Not the perfect ending though for Blessing Piri.
Yeah, good football. Good pass. Beats his marker there. Chigora puts in the ball into the box. And there was a man behind him. If only the captain could have caught for the ball, I think he was in a better position to take control of that one and perhaps put the Rangers 4-0 to the good. Chiwunga has been getting many of those chances, but unfortunately also missed that hit, and this one just goes high off the crossbar.
Well, with almost 12 minutes remaining, the game has become a little bit open. You're starting to see Agama opening up a little bit of spaces and pockets that they were not allowing themselves to open. Remember, in the first half, they're a little bit compact, not being adventurous, but now they are just throwing borders forward, trying to look for consolation, going maybe a draw if they are quite fortunate. Now Ralph Kawandera, low driven pass, playing with confidence now the skipper. Elasto Chigora.
Yeah, Rangers now in control, in cruise control, just trying to control the ball more with only probably 11 minutes players, referees of optional time. Looks like this game is one for Rangers.
Miskilled clearance coming in from Piliso.
Well, good fighting coming from Agama, but unfortunately it's this straightforward. This is giving Rangers more space.
Ralph Kawandera trying to find space for himself. Kawandera hits the crossbar. Kawandera given so much space to make that run. Where was the defenders?
Well, the defense in 6s and 7s, just watching Kawandera pass by there. And what a good attempt, hitting the crossbar there.
Kawandera again. Kawandera, so much space between plays. Blessing Piri. Piliso comes in. Now Chivunga Lord. Piri winning that tussle. Chinyahara definitely going to be the recipient. Now Chihara can cross one into the box. Straight into the hands of Chigora. Gelazio does not fumble under pressure there, but Chigora could have perfectly placed it either side. There is the previous run from Kawandera.
Yeah, I was just about to say that could have been a wonderful goal from Kawandera. But just hearts and mouth action now coming in. And typical moments for Agama trying to defend it, and their defense in 6s and 7s. As we also saw that other attempt as well. Jalazio gladly looking at the ball coming in straight into his easy hands. But that time around he was beaten.
Chavinda.
Right there. That could have been the fourth goal, but fortunately for Jalazio, it went straight into his hands.
Now Chigora there, the man in question, fluffing that chance. It's the profligacy in front of goal that makes you question, how do you miss from that from such a position? Probably when it was easier to score than to miss.
Well, probably could have not expected the ball to come to him in that area.
Now Kawandera, the skipper, darting inside, finding space for himself. Cross comes into the box. And it was with the late run into the box. So a corner kick to be taken. Strikes into the box, cleared away. Now Chigora being brought down. They closer to the penalty to the box. It's a dangerous area to consider free kick. Richard Kuminot just careful with the lunges on Chigora.
Yeah, Chigora causing much more problems for Agama and the second half as well as we get into the last 10 minutes of the game. Good opportunity here for the Rangers to put the icing on the cake, but good football coming in from Chigora as well as Chaunga.
83 minutes have been played and a set piece to be taken. Ralph Kawandera taking a number of steps back. Is he going to take charge of this one? Driven short. Jalazio parries it away. And it was Lord Chiunga who tried to just pounce on the second ball, trying to get a second bite off the cherry after Kawandera had hit it with so much pace.
Yeah, Chiunga getting some chances as well.
Nyampurika, Peliso. Three-man now lingering into the box. Peliso. Now Nyampurika got control of the ball. But the defense is heavy on him. Chigora, good takedown. Kawandera. Kawandera being denied to cut inside. Misplaced pass. What a game we have in the last 6 minutes. Now Kawandera, you find him anyway. Where can you go that is not Kawandera?
Well, definitely he has put in a shift and a half for Herentals as well. Getting that free play as well, finding himself in the middle as well as in the box, getting some crucial crosses in and some passes. Very difficult to pick up a man of the match in this game, but I know you're probably going to be saying Dreamer because of that screamer.
No, but you also have to look into what the captain for Herentals has managed to do, finding a goal for himself to. It's the high press. Milton Chimedza was instrumental in Kawandera scoring that opener. But look at his dominant display. He's playing everywhere. So if it were not for that screamer, Kawandera definitely my man of the match.
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the best players, if not the best player for Herentals. Playing so well, covering a lot of distance as well for them, and being able to control the tempo of the game for Rangers, who are probably going to secure the 3 points today.
A dream for any manager. That's earlier strike from Kawandera.
Yeah, Jalazio desperately tried to get to the ball there.
Now they can go for a counter. Balakasi asking for it. Emmanuel Chambara just taking his time, a little bit selfish, and is asking for a foul, which Rusunungu Kumteru doesn't give. Blessing Piri.
Yeah, looked like an opportunity for Agama to get the consolation there. He had two other players open and just couldn't find the pass. Decided to go himself, and unfortunately he couldn't get the penalty as well.
Blessing Piri playing Ralph Kawandera. Doesn't do so much well to keep it in play, but that earlier run of play, Emmanuel Chambara, Balakasi, Nyampurika, options that he had and decided to go at it alone. But was it a penalty?
Yeah, looked a little bit quite easy in attempt to get a penalty there. I think the referee was spot on. Could have found other players as well just to get a consolation for Agama. That could have been doing them a world of good.
Or sometimes when it's a very difficult afternoon, everything you try just goes bad. And such may be the case with Emmanuel Chambara and the rest of this Agama side. It's going to be a long distance back to Mount Darwin. 3 losers on the trot for the
Yeah, Jalazio, one player would want to be part of that bus. You would probably say, I'll follow after everyone is gone. Probably going to be getting some stick from his fellow teammates.
Wow, you win as a team, you lose as a team. Pretty confident in the opening stages of the game. Innocent Benza, Drimmer, Lieto.
Probably going to be getting that smile all the way back home.
Mpuma, another goal scorer on your screens. Right back, Ralph Kawandera. Chionga not doing so much well to keep it on the ground and just restart play.
Yeah, Chionga managed to get some decent chances as well, with 6 corners for Herentals as well and 3 for Agama. But what a decent performance from Herentals, quite dominant as well, and that's what you want after losing and winning in your first 2 games. You want to have a very convincing win in your third one, and that's exactly, I think, what they've been able to do today.
Nyampurika running into traffic. Now Peliso looking for options. Cross it with his left foot. Foul. Probably an arch on the back.
Well, Rangers clearly the best of the 2 teams today. And I'd say the full 90 minutes was played in that first half, where Agama conceded those 3 goals. One a mistake, the other 2, I don't think there was anything the goalkeeper could have done about that. Well, you have to learn quite quickly in the PSL, because now you're losing 3 games in a row, and you have to play well if you are not going to lose your 4th.
Oh, that's a deficit of 9 points for Agama. So as it stands, with matches being played elsewhere, Dynamos are leading by a goal to 0 against Blaio Chiefs. A goal that came in the 85th minute from Kasondo. And for Scotland, leading by 2 goals to 0. Kama Billiard with a brace. Blaio Chiefs trailing by a goal to 0, with proceedings almost getting to a close. Scotland now confirmation, now 3 for Scotland, fighting it easy. Offside for Emmanuel Chambara. Not a familiar call that has gone in favor of the people around the pitch.
Well, Agama fans would have loved to see a goal there, with only 3 minutes being added on. I think, as we see the head coach, the worrying times for them. not so much time to regroup yourself. And unfortunately today, conceding 3, which has been the most that they've conceded of all of the 3 games that they've played, you still want to keep an eye on your goal difference as well, because as if you have seen in the past, it really does matter when it comes to relegation battles as well.
So the 90 minutes are up here, waiting for confirmation of the added minutes. Herentals leading by 3 goals to 0, and in that it's 3 minutes going to be added, minimum, not maximum. And Nyampurika waiting together with Tinashe Balakasi. So taking his time to Notenda Ishi. He's a man who didn't have so much to do this afternoon. Midweek fixture, the 19th of March at Rufaro Stadium, where the home team Herentals are currently taking on Agama, debutants. Wow, it's a hard lesson learned for Agama, proudly brought to you by the students. Chimbetu plays it to Makua. Kawandera now playing as the sole striker. Konga turning inside. Plays it to Mpuma. Now Mpuma can try to cross one into the box. Chalazio. A minute left to play here at Forest Stadium. 3 points that Herentals would want and would definitely cherish. Nyampirika. Rusunungu Kumtero says play on. And a yellow card is brandished to Blessing Piri.
Well, quite unnecessary from Piri. Your 3 goes up. You've definitely won the game. No need absolutely there to lunge into the player and probably cause an injury to him. You've won the game. There's no miracles that's going to happen from now.
So almost coming to the end of the 3 minutes that have been added this afternoon. Balakasi trying to find space for himself. Emmanuel Chambara just impeding him on his way there. And with that, all proceedings come to an end at Rufaro Stadium. We Herentals, the students, have won by 3 goals to 0 against Agama. What a goal we had, and what a game we had. First goal coming in the 20th minute after a mistake from Jalazio. Ralph Kawandera pouncing on it after some good pressing from Milton Chimedza. Drimalietto with a contender for goal of the season coming in just after 2 minutes. And Tinashe Mpuma in the 35th minute. Only took them 15 minutes to put all goals into bed.
Yeah, the first half, the game was done in that first half as well. Good goals coming in from Herentals. What a convincing win that will be for them. The students, they'll be happy about that as well. And now Agama is all to do again, going back to the drawing board in their training sessions, trying to pull themselves and pull their socks up to get ready for the next games. And the games are actually coming fast as well over the weekend as well. But what a lesson, especially for Jalazio, who really want to repeat such a mistake as well. But you win as a team, you lose as a team. Lessons learned for Agama that just have to keep going and at least try to get some points in the next game.
Well, it all ends 3-0 for the home team. Herentals winning that one. And in a few moments, we are going to be crossing over to Valentine Mabugu to give us the post-match and the interviews coming in from the match officials. So just scenes of the teams. The Herentals, the winning team, in the all pink. And with this match, it concludes the midweek fixtures, match day 3, and the Zimbabwe Kasolaga Premier League. The weekend, we do have games as well, so ZBC is going to be giving you live coverage of this game, so please always be on the standout, on the lookout.
Indeed, a tough game for Agama as they slumber to their third victory in 3 games. And it looks like there is likely going to be a shake-up that is in the coaching department. And we'll have a chat with Mark Mate to get to hear his sentiments after defeat in this encounter. And of course, we've got the defeated coach, Mark. A difficult one and 3 goals to nil on a day that maybe you thought maybe it could have been easy, but a tough one nonetheless. Your overall assessment of how your boys fared today?
A bit naive. I'll take the first goal that was scored by the guy with the dreads, the tall boy. It was a splendid goal. But the other 2, no. You don't do that at this level. You get punished. So not happy about that. Our attitude, we didn't fight. We didn't match them for physicality and the hunger. Second half, we ran a couple of changes, made some substitutions, changed the system, and I thought we had good ball retention, and we put them under pressure. But we just didn't have the correct incision in front of goal. We made the wrong decisions, yeah.
Indeed, and of course, going forward, what will be the likely step for you? It's now 3 consecutive defeats for you.
Well, you know, you want to win games. You know, you don't want to be losing. And it's more of a mental thing that we have to work with the group or the individual players. And then go back to the drawing board and do that, and then hopefully, if the players come to the party, beat Dynamos at home. Yeah, that's the only thing. You can only look forward. This one is down and under. Yeah.
All right, coach. All the best in your next game on Sunday against Dynamos.
Thanks very much, mate.
All right. That was Mark Mate saying that they made some mistakes in some of the goals they conceded today. And they can only take 1, which was a real classic goal from, that is Eric Dombo this afternoon. And of course, I've got the triumphant coach here. Mr. Beza, a good victory for you. The boys really came good and took their chances this afternoon, unlike the first 2 games or so far of the season.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. In the first 2 games of the season, we're creating chances, but we're not converting. And I'm now very happy because managing to score 3 goals in the first half, it shows that the boys are getting there. But we're not yet there, boys. We miss again other chances. But getting 3 goals, I think it's a bonus for us.
Indeed, and now going forward to your next game as well, who are you taking in Triangle as well? That's a big game for you. Another 3 points will be ideal for you to push on.
Yeah, very much so, boys. We'll be playing at home again, and that will be our last game here in Rufaro. Boys have played 3 games, and that will be our 4th game. And being at home, we're going to fight to get 3 points. Boys from there, we're going to be going away to Hard Rock, and it's going to be a very difficult encounter. So we're going to try our level best to get 3 points.
Coach, congratulations and all the best on over the weekend on Saturday against Triangle.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Coach Beza triumphant this afternoon as the students did teach the new boys how it's done in the Premier Soccer League. I certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast. My name is Valentine Mabugo on behalf of the crew behind the scenes and the commentators. It's bye-bye from us here at Rufaro Stadium.